Every Republican on this dais has been saying all day. If it's not, then the subpoena you've issued is dangerously overbroad, and the question is, are you going to reissue a new subpoena? It's a change of heart that I think deserves some clarification. I'll yield.
No, we're not going to issue a new subpoena. We have no intention and never had any intention of trying to force the Attorney General or anyone else to give us 6E material without going to court. We did want to, and we still do, want to follow the procedure that has been done in every similar case in the past of going to court, which we will do, to ask for 6E material and having the Attorney General go with us. The reason that was in the subpoena was to increase our clout in court in getting the 6E material, hopefully with the Attorney General's support, but in no way meant to force him to give that support.
Mr. Chairman, reclaim my time. The way I understand it, the Attorney General would be required to go to court to avoid the way the subpoena is written right now. Well, he would be required to go to court. I will yield. Yes, sir.
The subpoena is written as the beginning of a dialogue process, as the beginning of a process to talk to the Attorney General and to the Department of Justice, and ultimately to go to court. But it's designed to be the foundation of a dialogue and is not designed to force our hand in what we insist on in court.
And Mr. Chairman, the beginning of a dialogue, let me yield to Mr. Buck, if I may. Mr. Chairman.
Let me just point out.
Well, wait, this is my time, Mr.
We have accepted the amendment today. We've stated the intent. I think that should take care of the matter. Okay.
This is a contempt proceeding. Let me yield to Mr. Buck.
Mr. Chairman, I've issued many subpoenas or requested the court to issue many subpoenas on behalf of prosecutors' offices that I've worked in. I've never considered it the beginning of a dialogue. I've considered it a command by the court to produce documents. We are now in a contempt proceeding, and I'm not sure whether you consider this the middle of a dialogue or the mid-beginning of a dialogue, but I consider this a pretty serious matter, as is issuing a subpoena from the Judiciary Committee. If it was a dialogue that you were interested in, and I understand that it's your position that you had attempted a dialogue for 2 months before the Department of Justice came to the table, but if it's a dialogue you're interested in, I believe there are other methods of going about that than a command from Congress to the administration to supply documents. And this is a far, far cry from anything other than one of the most serious matters that we will handle in the Judiciary Committee in the year 2019. So I would ask, and I thank the gentleman for yielding to me, but I would ask you to clarify exactly what we're doing here in contempt, if this is part of a dialogue with the Attorney General.
And Mr. Chairman, just reclaiming my 6 seconds that I have left, in the letter this morning from the Department of Justice to you, he says, you've terminated our ongoing negotiations and abandoned the accommodation process. That's a dialogue. Why did you do this, and why are we here if this is part of the dialogue?
We didn't terminate. They did by refusing to make any offer in good faith. The gentlelady from Florida is recognized. For what purpose does the gentlelady from Florida seek recognition?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to strike the last word.
Gentlelady is recognized.
I think we need to